What's up, YouTube? SupaSecretAgent here, coming at you with another Greenskins army. This time I came up against the vampire counts, and you know, when I first saw his army, I got pretty nervous. Because if you look over here, he has, count them, 1, 2, 3 Black Knights. One of them is a Barracks Reapers. Then over on this flank, 3 Blood Knights. 3 Blood Knights, and of course Manfred von Karstein, and a White King over here. Now his lineup of infantry is very token. We'll be able to handle them just fine. The thing is, I have a very infantry heavy army. I brought lineup of Savage Orcs, brought a Night Goblin Shaman, and I brought a couple Goblin Big Bosses, a couple Giants, and I of course brought Skarsnik. He's probably my favorite Greenskin Lord. I think he's just absolutely clutch. And then I have Orc Boarboy Biggins on each flank. Now I'm pretty glad that I brought them, but I mean, against 3 Blood Knights, no, they don't really stand a chance. So I'm gonna have to be very, very tactical with the way that I use these guys. Over here, he's gonna charge my Goblin Big Boss. That's a great move, especially since I kind of forgot about him out here. Right now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, and so I'm kind of microing at the moment. I've kind of got to get this giant in and Skarsnik. I'm gonna move these Orc Boarboy Biggins over here to link up with this one, so that they're a little bit tougher of a target for them. But as you can see up here, just slightly, they're starting out with a better chance of winning. Now my Savage Orcs will definitely win this combat. That's for sure, so I'm not worried about that. My Giants will do well, unless they get attacked by Blood Knights. He's going to charge my Night Goblin Shaman. For a second there, it looked like he was just running through to get Skarsnik. Probably wouldn't have been the best idea, because Skarsnik is anti-large. He's very good anti-large. So he's going to go in, and he's going to charge him. I'm kind of okay with that. He should have routed my Night Goblin Shaman. You'll see later, he comes key in the late game. Over here, I still got my Goblin Big Boss, and I gotta reactivate this Giant back here, which I forgot about in the woods. Back here, I actually have an Orc Boar Chariot. I brought that for fun because I was streaming, and some people wanted me to bring that. The Orc Boarboy Biggins, I'm gonna bring in. He's gonna run off his Blood Knights because he knows that the Orc Boarboy Biggins will do well against them. I don't know if they will trade exactly. I think the Blood Knights would probably win in the end, but still. They're going to charge my Giant here, not a bad move. Thing is though, he's going to stay in too long, and my Boarboy Biggins are going to catch them, I think. Over here. He's going to keep charging down my Savage Orcs. I kind of knew that they were pretty much done for right at the beginning. So we're going to get his Blood Knights and do quite a bit of damage to the ones that get left behind. And we're going to do a bunch of damage to his Skeleton Warriors, which he has summoned up over here with Manfred. Over here, I still have my Boar Chariots. They're going to run down the rest of his Skeleton Warriors, and they'll help out later on. Got these Savage Orcs ready to be reactivated. Let's see here. As you can see, all of his cavalry is still in very good health. His Blood Knights have taken quite a bit, some of them have taken quite a bit of damage, but for the most part, they're all still in good health. He's going to bunch up on the Goblin Big Boss, and he's going to get caught again. As you can see at this point, I'm not feeling too confident because of the power bar being quite a bit in his favor. But that's going to start to change as we take out more of his units. I'm going to try and do a Curse of the Bad Moon to kind of slow some of them down, which does work kind of fairly well. I do catch a few of them. And what do you know, a Vortex spell actually kind of went in the direction I wanted it to. Although it looks like it's going to start to come at my units, but it'll stop. Now over here, all I can do now is just kind of bunch up and wait for him to charge me. I'm going to pull in my Night Goblin Shaman. I see that he's still alive. I'm going to throw him right in the middle of this. My Boar Chariots, they will help to stop some of them. They actually have 15 kills, so they're doing okay. This giant just absolutely demolished their infantry. So right now we're just going to finish off the rest of his infantry, and now it's just his cavalry versus my blob here. So I'm going to send out this boar chariot and he falls for it, and he does attack it. So this is what I would recommend. You know, give them bait them into charging you, because they're going to take damage on the way out if you're in a situation like this. You know, I don't have units that are as fast as them. You know, 76, 73. My boar boy biggins are only 62. So they will get outran. So Skarsnik is still in great health. We're going to charge at these Black Knights. I think he's going to lead them into combat for a little bit too long, and we're going to start to do a lot of damage. His White King is going to get stuck in here. You can see we're just ganging up on him now. Giant doing that weird puke move. So you can see it's all just one blob now. We're gonna see who's gonna outlast the other, just like most other battles. You can see here the power bar is starting to switch back into my favor here. At least it's starting to get even. It actually hasn't been even the whole game. It started out uneven. He's got Manfred in here. He's going to be able to keep himself healed up. He'll probably be one of the last ones to fall. Those Blood Knights are being hit by an itchy nuisance. So my Night Goblin Shaman still has some magic left, and he's going to be able to do some of those buffing moves there. What he should have been doing is cycling in and out and chasing off my routed units. Which he does to an extent, but he knows he has to take out these giants, and that's not going to be easy with all this other support around him. Skarsnik is doing quite well. If I can find him, yeah, there he is. Skarsnik and Gobla facing off against some Blood Knights. We've got a Wah coming in, yep. Now we're going to start to do a bunch of damage. Over here, I have all these units that are going to be able to come back. As you can see, I'm going to charge his Black Knights, and since we have anti-large, we'll do well in this fight. And they'll start to crumble here. I'm going to get these Savage Orcs back into the fight as well. What is this over here? More Savage Orcs. I must not have seen them. My Goblin Big Boss is going to run off. More of my units start to run off at this point, but I still got Skarsnik and the Giant plugging away. Skarsnik is actually winning this fight. He's winning decisively, it looks like. And that's just due to that anti-large. He's a great lord-on-lord fighter, and he's great against cavalry. This is probably why he doesn't actually have a mount. So, and my units are going to come back in and get back into the fight. I'm going to throw down some magic. Looks like it's sneaky stabbing. And even more melee attack. At this point, his lord is dead, and the power bar has shifted into my favor. And the comeback win, which I never thought could happen, is complete. So don't just always give up on a battle right away. So many times I'll see people give up a little bit too early. Sometimes you never know what might happen, what mistakes your opponent might make. You know, what proper decisions you might make to take out certain units that will shift that power bar. So yeah, that was a really fun one, and that will do it for this episode. I will be talking to you guys very soon. I'm planning to do my first campaign video very shortly. And yeah, it should be pretty fun. So this is SupaSecretAgent, signing out.